morning, Sujay. Good morning, Rishi. Good morning, Ayush. Good morning, everyone. How are we all today? Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Screen is sharing. Morning, Jyoti. Thank you for confirming. Dipansh. Okay. Oh. If any other student is joining. Today is our first class. We are about to start a new subject, business and technology orientation. First of all, I will give you some orientation about the business and technology subject. Later on, we will start our first chapter in the class itself. Class will be of 3 hours and I will be your faculty teacher. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal. I am a qualified ACCA. I have 8 to 10 years of corporate experience, currently working in international uh, organization where I'm currently associated as assistant manager in financial reporting accounting. I have also completed BCom honors graduation from Delhi University and I have been teaching for like 2.5 years. So that's it from myself. And just to show off, that's what I like to do. I have scored All India Rank 2 at ACCA professional level and All India Rank 3 at ACCA skill level. So with next 2.5 months, I will be your faculty teacher. I will be your mentor. I will be guiding you through the entire business and technology subject, which is a wonderful subject to start your ACCA course. If it is your first basically class or first subject of ACCA, then I wish you all the very best and congratulate you to be part of this wonderful chartered certified course. It is a UK body course and you are going to be securing your future once you complete this course. You'll be learning finance, accounting, taxation, law, and performance management techniques, which you will enhance all the 3 levels. At foundation level, or basically at knowledge level, you will be covering 3 subjects, and at this skill level, you will be covering approximately 6 subjects. And once you qualify knowledge and skill level, you will basically jump to the professional level where you need to qualify 4 subjects at professional level, and then you will be qualified ACCA. But to become an ACCA member like myself, you need to also complete 3 years of training and one ethical module. So we will dive into that just in a moment. Let me know before we start, you have any question? I'm about to share my screen. Screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for confirming.
So this is for knowledge level only, no?
Right. This is a knowledge level exam. Uh, so again, I welcome you all for ACCA course, and we are going to study BT. So let me go through some orientation for you guys. Basically, at knowledge level, your exam will be 2 hours. and exam will be basically 100 marks. And it will be completely computer-based exam, which you can give from center. And if I remember correctly, maybe you can also give from home. Let me repeat that. It's a knowledge level exam. For ACCA, there are 3 levels: knowledge, skill, and professional. Like I said earlier, knowledge level have 3 exams. Skill level has 6 exams. And professional level has 4 exams. Total, there are 13 exams. Once you qualified, you become ACCA affiliate. Then, if you add 3-year working experience, this 3-year working experience has to be in finance accounting, and it has to be certified by a chartered, just like me, an ACCA, a CA, basically any CPA, any person who is a chartered. And who is a chartered? Basically any person whose body is part of IFAC body. What is IFAC? What is basically body institution that I'm talking about? Don't worry, this is not right now your concern. All I'm saying, you're supposed to do 3-year working experience, and you are supposed to qualify all 13 exams. Plus, there will be a 20-hour, minimum 20-hour ethical module, which you are supposed to complete. Once you complete this 20-hour ethical module, it will be online. It will be given to you in access, and you are supposed to complete all the chapters of that ethical module. Then you will be qualified to become ACCA member, which is our destination target right now. Okay. This is what you get for passing the exam. And this is what you get after completing the remaining 2 requirements. So total 3 requirements: passing the exam, completing 3-year training, and ACCA membership. Okay, then you are qualified to become an ACCA member. One thing, when I'm writing, please don't judge my writing. I'm very bad at it. Most of the time in office, I'm working on computer, on keyboard. So writing is not my, cup of tea. And also my English spellings. You will not judge me on that. Again, I'm used to, working on computers. I don't, focus on my spelling. So these 2 things, I will try to, keep it as neat as possible, but this is the best you can get out of it. So sorry, you got a teacher like this. Okay, I know some of you are pouring with questions. Let's take one by one. Is there any exam also? Sujoy, which exam you are referring? Ethical module? Yeah, ethical module basically contain the specific test, let's say 10-mark test, and you are supposed to score 8. So it's like that. Okay, Sujoy? Good morning, Darpreet. Okay. So it is just like, any PPT that you are supposed to do, but it is a very, very good ethical module, and you can do it at any time. This ethical module can be done by student at any point of time. Right now, you can do it. You may need to pay somewhat around 7,000 to 9,000, depending on the GBP rate. It's, I think, £70, something like that, £70 or £700. And I don't know, £70, I think. £70 is, I think, the course fee. And if you pay, you can do it anytime. My suggestion is early, the better. Why? Either don't touch it at all throughout your ACCA journey. Don't touch it at all throughout your ACCA journey. Or once you clear your knowledge level now, once you clear your knowledge level and you are acing for the skill level, complete it as early as possible. Whenever you get the idle time, you basically complete it. And you don't have to do it in one single sitting. You can do it in multiple sitting. Whenever you leave the basically a module, where there your progress will be saved. You have to press save, but your progress will be saved till the time you have done the module. And you can do it in parts. So student like me, when I was a student, I used to do it, let's say I have completed it in 2 to 3 months. And I have completed it, one disclaimer, after completing my ACCA exams. So it's not relevant for your exam, but I would suggest to you to do it because it has some, little bit practical aspects which you will find interesting. Second, it has some concepts of theory which are already given in your subjects, but at the same time, it will, help you either revise or help you prepare for skill and professional exam. If you have already enrolled in a class, you are already studying from a teacher, it's more than enough. But if you want to, ace your game little bit, then you can do this ethical module. It is little bit practical. It is little bit expose you to the practicality. Okay, it's not tough. It's just that it's long. Okay, this is about ethical module. Vishal, we are supposed to study business and technology, and we are supposed to do the business and technology orientation. Why did you start this? Well, for the starters, this is a first class and first batch for many students in this. Many of you will be basically watching it recording. And these are the questions nobody answers to student. And that is why I'm trying to, give you an orientation of the entire ACCA. And then now I'm going to start with the business and technology subject. Exams, Rishi is saying right now need to go to the center. I think there was home-based exam. I'm not sure. But if you're saying let's strike it right now, because it's been so many times that I have, done my exam. So maybe you guys are aware. Skill level and professional level, definitely you can do from exam, but from your home. But there are conditions. I'm not aware about the knowledge level, that whether knowledge level exam can be done from your home. Vishal, which one do you recommend? Center-based or home-based exam? Well, I myself have always attended center-based exam. I have never taken the home-based exam because there are multiple conditions. Your basically the home that you're sitting in should not have any window of glass or should not have any glass wall. Second, nobody should be present. There should be no noise, strong computer connection, strong Wi-Fi connection, and good computer features. All this should be available, and then you meet the criteria. And it's not like many students don't. Many students meet that criteria. But personally, I don't like to take the hassle on my head. When there is an exam going on, there is a lot of things that goes in a student mind. And managing the, my workstation, managing my workspace is the last thing I want to do on the exam day. So personally, I have always taken the center. Sometimes center was not available. I visited to another state and I didn't wanted to take exam from my home. That is basically my approach. Actually, there was one time I was giving a professional exam and center was already filled. I was late in booking my exam when I was at professional level. So I basically went to Punjab to book, basically complete my exam. I stayed there for 2 days. I booked a hotel and then I paid for my exam. But I didn't do it from my home. So those students who would ask me which would be better, whether center or home, I will always go for center because I don't want to take the hassle. For knowledge level, exam will be on demand basis. Where is this? It's not given here. Exam will be on demand basis. Vishal, what is on demand basis? If you are at skill level or professional level, exam will happen in 4 phases in a year. Okay. One is March, One is June, one is September, and one is December. This is for skill and professional exam. And this normally happens in first week. First week. You can refer the ACCA website. You can get the dates. Yes, Sujoy, you're right. Orientation, basically, we are doing the orientation to refresh your concepts about the ACCA and its subject. Rishi, what you are asking for ethical module, not for 13 exam. I didn't get your question. No. Ethical module is from your own computer. Ethical module from your own computer. You can give ethical module anywhere, anytime. I have completed my module at 2 a.m. Okay, so it's not a time bound, it's not a place bound. You are free to do ethical module the way you want. There is no restriction on ethical module. It's just like flipping the pages. Okay. Now, here was I on-demand exam. There are 4 phases: March, June, September, December, which basically is a structure for skill and professional exam. But for knowledge level, the exam will happen any time you want. Now, what does any time you want means? If I right now want exam, will it happen? No, obviously no. You need to register, let's say 1 week before, or maybe at least 2 to 3 days before, and you will be good to go. In knowledge level, student can basically prepare according to their own pace. And there is a reason for this. Many students who are at knowledge level now are basically having a school. Some students are at college. So it was difficult for ACCA to, manage which schedule to, book. Like which month to, book. Some was classing with the college students, some was classing with the school students. So that is why ACCA decided that you can basically book exam anytime you are ready to prepare. And it's a very, very good thing. It's a very, very good thing. At the same time, it is the most dangerous thing. It is a very, very good thing that ACCA gives the flexibility to students that they can book their exam any day they want. Let's say right now we are at April. We will prepare for these 2.5 months. Then 1 month you will take for your own basically preparation for practicing the questions. Let's say you appear for in the month of June or July. You are free to do that. Problem is whether you will actually appear for July, or you will appear for August, or you will appear for September, then October, November. Oh, 2025 gone. Let's do it in 2026. Oh, I am in right now in 2026 June, and I haven't even prepared yet. On-demand exam is the most beautiful thing about ACCA and is the worst thing for a student for it as an ACCA. I have a student from my very first batch who till date hasn't appeared. Now, this is shocking for me. This is disappointing for me, and a lot of guilt and a lot of burden for the student. You can see I have suddenly slowed down and I'm just sitting on this topic on demand. There is a reason. This is my sincere and a humble request to you all that please fix a target in your mind. Fix a target date in your mind. Decide that I will be completing my syllabus by this time. Some of you are right now thinking, oh, those must be stupid students. I'm not like them. Don't worry. Those students also felt the same way. No. You don't know about me. I will be, the one who will prepare it on timely basis. See, the flexibility is like a drug. You have smartphone right now. Every day you promise that you will not use your smartphone for, let's say, 2 hours or 3 hours. How many of you are actually able to basically commit to that promise? How many of you are able to, honor that promise? You always promise yourself today, every morning you wake up, you say, okay, today, now I will sleep early. Now I will basically study for this many hours. Now I will basically start a routine. How many of you are able to do it? If you are not able to do those things, then don't think that this will be easier. So my request is, please set a target date and then accordingly prepare. If there is a marriage going on, there is a friend's party, there is anything that is going in their house, see, it is for everybody. Life goes on. Life keep happening at each and every individual day. So please, a very sincere and humble request, please don't defer your exams. You will do it, most likely do it. There is no deadline for you. And this is the one of the most problematic situation for the student. Even for a good student, don't think that you can see I'm spending time here. So there is a reason. I'm talking from my experience, from the student that I have interacted with. Some students are able to do the exam within 1.5 months, and some are still taking 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. So what is the solution? I have told you the problem. I hope the problem is clear. That you can give the exam anytime you want. It is a very good thing. So you prepare according to your, basically according to your preparation. You decide, okay, when you are ready. But at the same time, this should not be the case that you should defer it. Be it any reason. You should set a target because in skill and professional exam, you have target dates, not at the knowledge level. So please don't let it over you. Many of the students cannot continue their ACCA journey because of this level. Okay. Now, what my suggestion would be, we will complete our syllabus by mid of June or by end of the June. I will try, if you want early, I can try some extra classes and we can basically complete the syllabus by early first week of June. That is possible if you allow me some extra classes. So we will be completing our syllabus in the month of June, whether early, whether mid, or whether by the end. And then I want you to be completed at least with first revision. Whatever I teach you, at no point of time you should be behind the class. When we are going a live online classes, please understand, in the classes the speed will be slow because you are learning something on the first time. But let's say after 15 class, let's say our 15 chapters are done, 14 chapters are done. So on the 15 class, if 14 chapters are done, you should not be behind 14 chapters. Minimum 14, or if you want, you can study some chapters ahead. But not basically behind that. Minimum, the chapters that I have covered in the class, you are supposed to cover it. And before batch ends, by yourself, you are supposed to do one revision at your end. That the day batch ends, at least one revision is done by you. And then how you will prepare for further, I will give you a guide that you should practice questions from books, from the ACCA Study Hub, etc., etc. But this is my guide to you that please, once this classes are going on, please complete the syllabus along with it. So this is it from my end for the on-demand exam. I hope on-demand exam clarity is there and why it can be a good thing and a bad thing. Okay, any question, let me know. Okay. Now, coming back to the BT, we call this subject as BT subject. This is a knowledge level, 2-hour exam. All knowledge level will be 2-hour exam. This will be 2-hour exam. Skill level is 3-hour exam. Professional level now has become 3-hour exam. Earlier, there were some 1 or 2 exams in professional level, which used to be 4-hour. But now, both skill and professional level, 3-hour and 15 minutes. Okay. ACCA keeps changing the pattern. So they have changed right now, 3 hours, 15 minutes, and knowledge level is 2 hours. Paper will be 100 marks, okay, consisting two sections. One is section A, one is section B. Section A will have 30 questions worth of 2 marks and 16 questions worth of 1 marks. No, this is not adding up. This is 16. This is, no. This is not correctly updated. Okay. This is not correctly updated. My apology. I'll just check and update it. Right now, this is not correctly updated. Let's track it down. This is not correctly updated. Basically, in section A, there will be 70 marks consisting of 2-mark questions and 1-mark question. Overall, the marks will be 70. If it's a 1-mark question, normally it will be knowledge based. Let's say, what is this definition? Which is the correct option. But if it is a 2-mark question, in that case, there will be some conceptual clarity required. Sometimes even a case study can be given, which is basically in section B. Okay, in section B, there will be 15 marks, 2 question, 10 marks, 3 question. I'll just confirm the format. Maybe we can just today look at the exam format itself. So basically the 30 and 60, just forget it. This is right now not correctly updated. Last time it was 6 multiple question of 4 marks, but let's look at the format for ourselves one time. So there will be 2 sections, 70 marks and 30 marks. That I hope you are clear. And in order to pass the exam, you need to score 50%. So with section A itself, you can pass the exam. Section A will be coming from 100% of the syllabus. Section B again coming from 100% of the syllabus. So what we have learned so far about BT? It's a 2-hour exam. It's a knowledge level based exam, computer based. You have to book basically center and you can give the exam. For home one, I'm not clear. I will check with the VG team. They will confirm whether home-based exams are allowed. But I would again recommend go for the center. But again, if it is not possible, the basically the area, where you live in does not have any near centers, then okay, in that situation, you can consider home-based exam. But please check with your coordinator, check with your counselor whether it is possible or not. Right now, I'm not aware about the home-based for the knowledge level. And you need to pass 50% and you will be able to score, basically pass the exam. Result will be immediately available. Result will be immediately available. Why? Because it's an objective based question. What is objective based? I hope you know KBC type question. 1 question, 4 responses, select 1. But those questions are called MCQ. In ACCA, you will also get multi-responsive questions. You will also get fill in the blanks questions. You will also get the match the following. Okay, there will be multiple type questions. MCQ, multiple responsive, fill in the blanks, match the following. Vishal, what is multi-responses? Well, let's say there are 2 statements, statement 1, statement 2. And then options are given whether 1 is correct, whether 2 is correct, 1 or 2 both are correct, 1 or 2 both are incorrect. So this is like multiple responses. So this will be the consistency of your exam. Section A is for 76 marks and section B is for 24 marks. Okay, let's check it. Let's check it right away. How will I check it? Well, I will show you where you can see this. I hope the information that I'm passing to you is useful for you. Many students are already completed FA subject, MA subject, so they might be this is little boring to them. But please understand, there are many students who are first time enrolling, so this is important for them. Okay, because nobody tells them. That is why I'm taking the pain to tell them in the first class itself, so they don't need to ask anywhere else. This is your ACCA homepage. I hope you guys are familiar. If not, let me try again. Okay. Google. Just go to any page of internet and select, let's say, just a second. Just select ACCA. This is your home page that will come. And this is the first page that are supposed to be coming. Okay. Right now on Internet Explorer, I hope you can see that. Here there is so much to look into. But as a student, right now you're concerned with this particular section, student section. In student section, there is getting started with ACCA, tuition, study support, everything. So select the study support resources. ACCA, student section, study support resources. Here you can see the basically 3 section. Select the ACCA qualification. Right now you are qualification level. You have opted for ACCA course and not for diploma or not for any foundation. Now there are multiple subjects that you can choose here from, and you are concerned with the subject that we are right now studying, which is business and technology. Okay, select this one. So what would you have done? Student, study supports, ACCA qualification, and this is business and technology. Now, this is basically business and technology that ACCA has given you resources about syllabus, about exam team guidance, about introduction, ACCA study hub, practice test, specimen exam, FAQ. So I would definitely recommend you to go each and every section here. But whatever is relevant for my class, I will cover those sections. Right now, I am going to cover the exam pattern. And you can see there are some bars. There are some bars given below. This is basically pass or percentage. How percentage? Because Vishal, you told that exam happens only on demand basis, then why these are given on quarter basis? No, basically these are, let's say, not quarter, basically half yearly. From June, or let's say from July to December, whatever student has appeared and passed, 79%. From basically January to June, whatever students have passed, appeared, how many have passed? 83%. So you can see this subject has fairly a very good percentage of passing. Fairly a very good percentage of passing. Does it mean that you will not fail? No. Unfortunately, some students do fail. Okay. And even to be honest, some of my students also have failed. But please do not take this subject lightly. It's a very wonderful subject, but don't take this subject as is okay. You can take it lightly and you will not fail. You can see there are students that are failing less, but the number of students are less failing. But even then, there is a chance of failing this exam. So please don't do that. Try to study as much as you can. And the key to passing ACCA exam, let me tell you, is practicing questions. If you practice questions, you will pass the exam. If you don't practice the questions and don't get the clarity of the concepts, you will not pass the exam. No matter how much you memorize. Memorizing in ACCA is not going to help, let me tell you from day one. Not only for knowledge level, but for skill and professional level. Memorization will not help. It is the application of the knowledge. So let's first of all go for the exam pattern. This is specimen exam I'm selecting. And you will just go to CB specimen exam. Whatever steps I'm selecting right now, don't bother. You will get to know later on. I'm selecting ACCA qualification 2025, knowledge, and this is my example. Now, this is the first page you will look when you are appearing for exam. Okay, so get yourself familiarized with this page. This is the page that will appear in front of you when you will appear for the exam. Definitely, this is just a sample to showcase you, but in reality, there will be some changes. Let's say your registration number will be there, a timer will be there, and so on and so forth. So ACCA qualification, business technology, it's a 2-hour exam, 50% marks. Section A will have 46 questions. Okay, and section B have 6 questions. So let's come back here. So I think I get it what was wrong here. Basically, this is actually correct. This is 30 questions of 2 marks and 16 questions of 1 mark. So it makes 76 marks. And then 6 questions of 4 marks. This makes 25 marks. Okay. Total is 100. So it is actually this. This is actually 24 marks, not 30 marks. And this is 76 marks. So section A 76 marks. Section B basically 24 marks. And you are already passing in section A if your concepts are clear. you are already passing in section A if your concepts are clear. Concepts are not clear, it will be difficult to pass even in section B. Okay. These are some instructions. I will just showcase you live instead of reading them through. I'll showcase you how the instruction comes. After going through the instructions, you can just start the exam and you can see the timer is starting here. Now, what were the instructions? Well, ACCA says if you find any question difficult, you can just flag it. Let's say I'm not clear what would be the answer. I'll just select one option and then I'll just move to the next. After completing, let's say, second question, and then I'll move to the third question and fourth. Now, let's say, now I have covered almost every question. Now I have sufficient time. If I want to go back to that question, so one way is, moving ahead, and then basically scrolling down, scrolling back. You can basically move one question, next question from this. Or another way is, I can just select basically the question here and see which one are flagged. Oh, I can see this one is flagged. I can jump here and select my option accordingly. Once this is done, I can remove the flag. If you don't remove the flag, don't worry. Even then, if you submit the exam, it will be okay. So there will be many questions. Let me just jump through them. There will be multiple questions that will be there. You can see question number here, question number 25, 26, 37. I'll just keep going on. And you can see there are mostly multiple responsive questions. Anything that, this is a multi-responsive question. 1, 2, or something like that. 3, 4. This is a multi-responsive question. So, I'm looking for a specific type question. They have not given here. Yeah, this is true, false, true, false. They have not given match the following. Very bad. Acha, one question that student asks me constantly. Let's say I select this coaching, this is mentoring, this is counseling, this is coaching. Student asks me if, let's say I selected this option which was correct, this option which was correct, this option which was correct, but this option which was incorrect, then will I get partial marks? Answer is no. Either you complete a question completely right or either you do a question completely wrong. There is no in between. This is for section A. Okay. This is for section A. Now section B. This is section B. Basically, you can see there will be parts of the question. One is task 1, task 2. So 4-mark question. Okay. Here, for every correct option, you can see I'm getting a partial marking. For every correct question, I'm getting a partial mark. So in section B, there is a partial marking. So please don't leave section B at all. Don't leave section B at all. How much I scored? 0.5. Even by mistake, I scored 0.5. I don't know from which option, but I scored it. Oh, I scored 1 mark here. Oh, complete 2 marks. Very good. So like this, you can keep continuing and you can basically attempt the entire section B. Please don't leave section B. There is some partial marking, so you will get some benefit even if you attempt wrong. But in section A, either you do the question completely correct or either you do question completely incorrect. There is no in between. But in section B, definitely some partial marking is allowed. Okay. Six questions. Because students are not good at, let's say, Rishi is asking why FA exam passing rate is low. So let's come back. Let's come back. This is BT, this is FA financial accounting. And if you look at their percentage. Well, Rishi, very natural reason because BT is a theoretical subject where you learn topics, you basically apply knowledge. In FA, you are supposed to conceptually clear your fundamentals and then apply through, practical questions applications. Let's say there will be numerics, student do mistakes. Rishi, you have seen me doing mistakes in the class that I might not add, I might less the question, and sometimes I don't take the figure from, let's say there are 3 zeros, I take 2 zeros. So because of these reasons, these things happen. But your question is valid because FA is more interesting. FA is practical. So ideally you should have more passing percentage. So I hope now the understanding of the business and technology exam is clear. Any question about business and technology exam? It is an online exam. There will be section A, section B, 76 marks, 24 marks, section B. 76 marks, fully attempt, all 46 questions. Section B, 6 questions, 4 marks. There will be some partial marking allocated to you, but please don't depend on that. Please don't depend on that. Okay. All will be objective type question. Passing rate is 50%. You are supposed to book your exam 1 week before or basically 2 days before. Please check with your center. Last week itself happened that last week there was some server down issue at the ACCA level, and that's why students were not able to book the exam. So please check that. And also, I have warned you for on-demand exam. So please consider that. So any questions so far? Do let me know. Yes, Arpit, please go ahead.
Sir, according to you as a teacher, what should be the ideal time that a student should take between passing exams of knowledge level?
Either my volume is low, or was not able to hear you. Can you repeat that?
Yes, sir. Sir, I was asking that according to you, what should be the ideal timing that a student should take to pass exam between the
Completing the batch. Let's say you are taking recorded batch, or let's say you are taking online batch. Whenever batch gets completed within 1 month, 1 month is more than sufficient for revising and practicing questions. You are supposed to do at least 2 times practice, and 1 or 2 mock tests. Basically, there will be 3 mock tests given in your practice kit. I will cover the book part right now. So 3 mock tests minimum, and basically completing your book for as a revision purpose, and minimum 2 practice revisions and 3 mock tests. And average score should be more than 70 plus. If your average score is 70 plus in all 3 exams, in that case you are good to go. And this should be doable within 1 month. Okay. If you're feeling that 1 month is too impractical, then 1.5 months. So for 30 days or maximum 45 days, not more than that. And that is I'm talking about that you have completed the syllabus. I basically completed the lectures. I'm not talking about lectures. I'm not taking lectures into account. So 1 month or 1.5 months after the lectures is more than enough. Okay.
Okay,
If you are
sir.
doing self-studies, then I can't basically talk about because what time you will complete for each chapter. Let's say for each chapter, it should be 1 day should be more than enough. So there are 24 chapters. So 1 month should be going there. And then after 1 month for the practice and revision. So it's 2.5 months if you are doing self-study, or let's say you're watching recorded lectures. If you're watching online lectures, so 2.5 months will go for the studies because lectures are always slow and we do classes on Saturday, Sunday. Then after that, 1.5 months for the practice for yourself. This should be ideal. So let's say the batch gets completed in the month of June. So by the end of July, you should have given your exam. In any case, okay?
Okay, sir.
Hello? Hello?
Who's
Yeah, Vishal,
okay, Sujay, you were speaking to me. Sorry. I thought you were speaking on mobile. Sorry. Yes, Sujay.
actually, in the management accounting, I was completed attempt the live class, okay? But somehow in FA class, many class was skipped. So that's why whole subject have skipped myself. So is there any chance to get the live class again?
Basically classes happen on cycle basis. First
Okay.
FA, then MA, then BT. Now next batch will be no FA, BT. Now next will be MA. So this is how the cycle goes. Live classes will not be possible. Only recorded lectures will be there.
Okay, so means ke the waiting time gap is more. So better if I attempt the live online class and attempt the exam.
See, the live classes will majorly serve only one purpose, and I will be honest, that is consistency. Consistency and basically your group discussion is the only thing that helps you basically with the live classes. Other than that, there is no as such other benefit for the live classes. If you have recorded lecture available, you can go for it. And basically recorded lecture has this liberty that you can complete the syllabus according to your pace. Students complete my syllabus within 1 month from my recorded lecture, let's say 20 days. And then they spend 1 month only for preparation and give the exam. So sometimes the exam gets completed within 1.5 months or 2 months, even after taking classes. With the online live classes, there will be consistency, but the batch will be slow, like I said. So, but the challenge would be like again, in like on-demand exam, that student defer. I have taken 1 or 2 classes today, and then after 3 days, I'm taking another class. So this is the challenge. So there are pros and cons for both of things. You have to decide, okay, which one you want to opt for. Right now, I will recommend do for the recorded lecture. Don't wait for the exam. It should be completed. Knowledge level should be completed as early as possible. You should not spend more than 7 months or 9 months in knowledge level. Complete it as early as possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Any other question, guys? Feel free to, ask me. I will be happy to answer. Two things I want to discuss here. One is workbook. One is practice work. See, for study, you have multiple options. One is book that you buy. Okay. And make sure this is a physical book. If you are buying, it should be physical book. Because otherwise there is no purpose of buying book. Physical book you buy, you have multiple options. BPP, Kaplan. And I think there is one more author, but we normally don't go for that. Both will offer you basically a workbook, basically chapters of concept, and then there will be a practice kit. And like I said earlier, in ACCA, if you want to qualify, if you want to pass the exam, it is very, very important that you use practice kit. No matter what is your background, if you have done commerce education, chartered education, doesn't matter. At any level, practice kit is important. Why? Because even as a chartered accountant, if I come an ACCA and I attend an exam, most likely I will fail. Because the pattern of exam is different from other papers. The pattern of exam is always different from other papers. So get used to the pattern of ACCA exams. What type of questions are asked? Maybe knowledge will be same, subject will be same. Even the questions will be different. The way they are asked is different. So please make sure that you basically practice for the pattern of the ACCA exam. If you are a test player and suddenly you have been dropped to T20 match, or you are a T20 player and you are suddenly dropped to a test match, you will not pass. Even if you both play cricket, even if you are playing cricket, doesn't matter. You need to adapt according to the requirements. So accordingly, if you are new to ACCA, please practice questions. If you are basically a vintage old student, even then, for any subject you are appearing for, please practice questions. Now, coming to this should be done first or second time, just to clarify the concept. Then all focus should be practice kit. My suggestion is after completing chapter, do its relevant question in practice kit. Whatever book you buy, please buy its practice kit. Whatever workbook you buy, please buy its practice kit. So means complete set of BPP or complete set of Kaplan. Which one to buy? Your call. In class, I will be covering BPP, but students like mostly Kaplan because of the easy language. But in class, I will be covering BPP. So please don't say, okay, whether why BPP or why not BPP. You can select any basically chapter. Syllabus is same. So nothing will make much significant difference. Only is that what is given in chapter number 1 of BPP may be given in chapter 3 of Kaplan. So if let's say I'm teaching you BPP, then you ask, okay, which chapter of Kaplan? Don't ask. That is something you have to figure out. Okay. So book is basically BPP Kaplan and there is another author. Syllabus will be same because we are following ACCA syllabus. So there will be no such significant difference. Only challenge will be for you to navigate the chapter according to class. If you opt for another book. Okay. Then there is ACCA Study Hub. Very, very important. Those who already know, very good. Those who don't know, let me say. And I will just introduce the Study Hub. Study Hub is an online platform. Okay. Provided by ACCA. Free of cost. I should not say free of cost because you are paying ACCA annual membership. Okay. You as a student, you as ACCA affiliate or me as a member. We all are paying our fees to ACCA. So ACCA provides you this platform for that fees and you will be getting access to all subjects, all chapters. So the same content that is available in the book, that is also available online. And that is given by ACCA with question to practice. So you can also go with this one. I will show you ACCA Study Hub. Now you might ask, which one to study from? Both books or Study Hub, or only from Study Hub or only from both? Which one will be enough? Well, anyone would be enough if your concepts are clear. Okay, if your concepts are clear, then anyone would be enough. Let's say as a student, also first of all complete the BT lectures now, then next batch will be MA subject, then next batch will be FA subject, like that. If you want to start FA subject right now, you can get my recordings available. We just finished the FA subject yesterday itself. Okay, you can get that. Otherwise you can wait for the live lectures. That is up to you. You can plan for MA subject or BT subject in the meantime. Up to you as well. Okay, right now we are starting BT subject. It will complete by the month of June. Then we will start the MA subject. Then it will be completed by, let's say, June, July, August, by August time. And then we will start the FA subject by the month of August. Okay, this is how pace will go on. Maybe I can start and finish the batches early if we can take up extra classes on Monday to Friday, basically 1 or 2 extra classes on Monday, where recording will be available. I'll just discuss the extra classes concept also. Now, coming back, you need to study. Sir, will be for skill level. Didn't get you there, Rishi. So you can study from book, you can study from Study Hub, any source, but I would say keep one single source. Keep one single source for concepts. I teach audit. I teach audit at skill level and professional level. Audit and advanced audit is something that I teach for the skill and professional level. There are good teachers in the skill level. There is Anushka ma'am, there is Anshu ma'am, from which I have studied. Anushka ma'am basically is famous for FM, brilliant. Anshu ma'am for taxation, brilliant, and basically performance management. So you are in safe hands, don't worry. And these are the teachers that I have studied from, so I can definitely vouch for them. Now, what I was saying, when you are studying, keep one single source for concepts and then practice. If let's say you feel underconfident because of practicing BPP book, please add Study Hub. The moment let's say you are attempting too many wrong questions because of the wrong concepts, then I would say go for Study Hub. Or let's say you started with the Study Hub and when you attempted mock test, your exam score was low, then do the practice game. You will basically expose to variety of questions. Okay. So please choose anyone for the concept clarity, because at the end of the exam now, once you are about to go for exam, you need to revise. And now you are studying from online, you're studying from this book, that book. It becomes too messy. Keep one single source. Okay, for studying. In one single source, you can do the noting of other. Let's say there are two concepts given. One is BPP book and one is study hub. You think that something additional is given in study hub, then note down in your BPP book. Just keep a sticker, note down. I think you guys are smart enough to do that. Don't keep multiple sources to go to. Keep one single source to go to and then study hub. Then there are my class notes. Okay, my class note is based on BPP and some of my working. Will my class notes enough? Well, class note will work for workbook reference, but you need practice questions. So practice questions from BPP practice kit or Kaplan practice kit, and then study hub practice kit. Study hub practice kit only if your concepts are not getting clarified. And for BT subject, I definitely recommend students to go for practice kit. Always go for study hub questions. Whenever students feel, their answers is not good enough, I always recommend them for the study hub questions. So I hope this is clear. Which one you want to choose for is up to you. I will not force you. Whenever I complete a chapter in the class, please read it from the BPP practice code. It is must. I want you to go through the language that BPP offers you, because after completing the class, you should be able to read it. Before completing the class, before not attending the lecture, I understand BPP language is tough. But once we are through with the class, please take the questions, please read the chapters, so that you also get exposed to. Once you become professional, you will be given technical language. So please get habitual of reading them. Don't run away from it. Don't run away from it. Okay. So let me just show you study hub. And after study hub, I'll take a break. Don't worry. I know you guys must be feeling exhausted. Sometimes I get too emotional when teaching. I forget the pace of the time because I'm the one who's speaking. The most difficult part about a lecture is to attend the lecture. You guys will be listening. So you guys can become fatigued and feel, exhaustion. Do let me know anytime you feel, okay, class is stretching too much. Can we take a break? Okay, so please let me know about the break. I'll offer you the break. So before going to the break, let's do one thing. Basically, let me introduce you to the study hub. This was the CV practice platform. We can just publish it. Coming back to the same section, student study support resources, then business, basically ACCA qualification, business technology. Here, this is the study hub. Select that. Alternate login I'm selecting because as a member, I'm not allowed to get the access. So I do the alternative login. Because now they will ask, why am I accessing this? So you can directly log into your ACCA account, and then there will be the basically ACCA study option. I could have shown you when I was affiliate now, I used to show it to students. And I used to show the circle that we need to complete. Do you still have that circle where you show exam 1 cleared, exam 2 cleared? And as a member, I don't see that circle anymore. So it's kind of disappointing that that circle doesn't seem to me anymore. Okay. You have logged into ACCA Study Hub. Select the subject you want to study. All the subjects of ACCA are available. Business and technology. So exam, business and technology is there. Click the study. And now it will take you to the chapter or basically book of the business and technology. You can see that this book is applicable till August. Just to comfort you, there is no change in the syllabus. So this book will be useful even till your August 2026. So relax. There is no change in syllabus. I will show it to you. Anytime for any level, now student try to tell you, oh, no, there is change in syllabus. Now what would you do? You have taken old lectures. Don't listen to anyone. I will show you how. You will yourself will be able to assess, okay, whether there is a change in syllabus or not. So you don't have to rely on anyone. From this orientation, I want to be independent after this. That if there is an information, student come to you and ask you, that you should be the source of their answer about ACCA questions. Okay. So I'll just show you how you can know, okay, whether syllabus is added or not. Now about the book, this is the book we are going to do. Basically, you can see chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 31 chapters. In your BPP kit, there are 18 chapters. Now, is there any missing of concept? Is there a missing of chapter? Answer is obviously no. Syllabus is same. It's just that chapters are distributed here. This, chapter number from chapter number 4 to chapter number 10. This is one single chapter in basically in BPP book. Chapter number 3 or chapter number 4, I think. Okay. So please don't get confused. These are basically distributed chapter wise here. And similarly, if you look at the Kaplan, they I think have somewhat around 11 to 12 chapters. If I remember correctly. I have not seen the Kaplan book for a long time, so I don't remember. But Kaplan may have more chapters or less chapters. But doesn't mean that they are missing anything. It's just that basically chapters are basically broken down or consolidated accordingly. Now, second, let's go to our first chapter. Basically, the first page will look like this. First of all, the overview of the chapter, what we will study here. And then there is a high, medium, low category. What is this high, medium, low category? If I understand this page, I'll say high. If I don't understand some of the content, I'll say medium. And if I don't understand it at all, I'll say low. Then I move to the next section. This is basically giving me about what is business organization, social arrangement, collective goals, control activity, etc., etc. And then I can also highlight it if I want. And then if I want, I can also keep some notes about it. Let's say I write some notes about business organization. I can do that and I can add it. So this is a very, very useful platform. The only problem with the ACCA Study Hub is that it is online. It is online. So if you have, let's say, tablet or what, then it is going to be very useful for you. If not, then okay, fine. You have the book with you. That will be more than enough. So don't worry. And with the chapter, they will also be given some activities here. Sole trader partnership. And after just completing the chapter, let's say we complete the chapter, they will tell you, okay, what is the syllabus area you have covered? And then they will give you one quiz. Summary of the chapter and one quiz. Let's do the quiz. Let me reset. I will start the quiz. I will select the option. This is a multi-responsive question. Question is asking reason of establishment for the business. Business are formed for a number of reasons. And then they have given you two statements. Why A is saying first is an statement is an example of synergy, another is an example of specialization. Second is saying it is an example of combined resources, example of specialization. Then third is saying specialization and combined resources. And basically both are example of specialization. Now which option to choose? A, B, C, D. Let's say I select A and then I move to the next slide. Again, it's a multi-responsive. Which option to select? 1, 3, 2, 4, 2 and 4 and this. Our question is, what is basically public sector organization? Public sector company are never expected to make profit. They are owned by trustees. They aim to object will be to provide public services. They are funded by the government. One statement can be correct, other can be incorrect. Two statement can be correct, other statement can be incorrect. From this basically options, it seems like two statements are correct. Which one? Let's see. I selected this option. And like this, we will basically select options. And you can see sometimes I'm not even looking at the question and selecting an option. Let's see. So, oh what? I have done 2 correct options and 3 incorrect options. So even then there is a chances of getting some questions correct. And one, I will be reviewing it. Okay, what was the answer of this? Why this is the answer? What was the answer of this? Why this is the answer? If you understand it, very good. If you don't understand it, ask me. What is the explanation? That is why as a teacher, I'm here. So this will be giving you a good understanding of the chapter after completing the chapter. But this is not it. Once you've done a chapter, go to practice section here. And in practice section, you will find some additional questions. Let's say after the chapter, after every chapter, there will be a quiz of 5 questions. There will be a quiz of 5 questions. Okay. There will be quiz of 5 questions. Okay. All 5 are incorrect. There will be quiz of 5 questions. once. And then after that, I can also do some practice questions, additional questions. Okay, please do that. This will be really, really good for you if after completing the chapter, you complete all the questions that are there. If you have done this and now you are able to understand the question and score these questions very well, you are good to go for the exam. You don't even need to ask me. You're good to go for the exam if your study hub questions are more than enough. Okay, so the study hub is a good source. You can complete the chapter, complete the question. You can highlight, okay, this topic was understood to me completely. This topic was not complete to me. Then after this, what I can do, I can come to the chapter and I can see, okay, this section was not, I was previously feeling low about this section. Now, after understanding the chapter, now let's see whether I'm understand it now correctly. So this is where you can improve it. You can ask a question in that relevant area. So study hub clear. Study hub chapters are given, sections are given, highlighters, whether high, low, you can basically go for a particular section. And then you can go to the quizzes of the question after each chapter, which are 5 questions. And then there are practice additional questions, which are more than 5, 10, 15, 20, depending on the chapter. So please do that and you will be more than good to go for the exam. Okay. Provided after completing the question, you have understood the question and not just memorize it. Memorization will not help in ACCA, like I said earlier. Any question, anyone? Any question? Break. Okay. When will be the? Yeah, this is a valid question. So study hub is also done. This is not relevant right now. This is for skill level. Skill level. Again, skill level. Let me know any question. Otherwise, we are going to take a break. And how much break? I will decide that. Right now, because it's a first class, I don't want to overburden you. Let's take a 15 minutes break and then we will see whether we can start the chapter or not. There is anything left, I will cover that first and then we will basically see whether we can take 15 minutes break. Otherwise, we'll start the chapter. Okay, so 15 minutes break right now. How much break and when will be the break? I will be the one who will decide that. So please don't keep asking me. If I'm not giving the break, maybe that is the reason that I don't want. Okay. 15 minutes break. Let's meet. Right now it's 11:10 now. Oh no, it's 11:15. So let's meet at 11:30 right now. Today is first class, so we can take a chill. Okay. 15 minutes break. Let me know any question. Let's meet at 11:30. Back guys. So confirm this is right. Okay. There are 3 things that I have left for you. One is practice platform. This practice platform is available only for skill and professional level, where you will be assigned mock test. In your knowledge level, unfortunately, there is no mock test. You have to buy it. If you go to ACCA Study Hub, ACCA. And if you go to student section, study support resources, ACCA qualification, business and technology. Then here you can see the practice test. But these practice tests are actually paid. Practice test, and there will be this. Basically £7 for one single exam and 14 for 3 exams. This will be good practice test if you feel that, okay, because I have seen students feeling very pressured, and even good student. Somehow some students, get overwhelmed with the exam and they feel pressure. So I would definitely say to use practice test and basically practice those tests in the exam environment. Basically, you sitting in your home alone in your computer, you're not standing before 2 hours attempting the exam without looking at answer. You select your option and that option will be final and you move on. So this is something that I would recommend if you feel too much pressure, because students who feel too much pressure, past this has happened. Some of my good students actually failed exam by 49, 48. And the reason was they attempted the exam. There was some time left and then they changed their answer because they felt, okay, this answer is not correct or correct. And because of that, they basically flung at 48, 49. This has happened. So I would say go with the practice test. Get a feel of how exam happens so that, you don't feel unnecessary pressure. Even today, as an ACCA member, if I appear for any exam, I will feel the pressure. If I appear for any interview, I will feel the pressure. Though I have been in industry for like 8 to 10 years. The problem is that we are humans and we feel the pressure whenever there is an anxious situation for us. Let's say something is dependent on. You will appear for exam and your mind will be going on that if you fail this, your future, basically your future will depend on this exam. Thoughts like this come in. Okay, that your money will get wasted. Your parents will be disappointed. What you will tell to your friends. These thoughts come. So when you select option in an exam environment now, the pressure is too much. What if it is wrong? What if it is not correct? That is why I would say go for the practice test, get a feeler. Now, how to deal with the pressure? There is no absolute way. How I have managed, I can only describe that. What I do, whenever there is a pressure, I accept that this is a pressure I'm feeling and it is natural. And I let that pressure take over me for 5 to 10 minutes and then I come back. I come back the moment I say, okay, it is enough now. My mind has played enough trick with me. My mind has played enough trick with me. I will come back. And now I will appear. And basically keep attempting. How will I be able to do that? See, when you are under pressure now, basically your subconscious mind dies. Your subconscious mind dies. You cannot think any additional thought. Sometimes students feel, okay, I will be able to recall this in exam. No, you won't. The reason is because you're under pressure. And under pressure, you can only do what you have been doing so far. You can only do what you have been doing so far. Getting additional ideas, getting additional, recalling anything is very, very difficult. That's why you might see, let's say you are preparing for a speech. You go to a public speaking and suddenly you forget everything. It's not that the person did not prepare enough. It's just that their body, their mind is not habitual of public speaking. And in public speaking, there is two fundamental rules. One is keep adding your experience. Second is stick to the basics. Don't try to be fancy. You can only deliver what you are delivering for a basically very long time. Let's say the way I'm teaching is not something that I can basically, let's say the first batch, now when I started my first batch, it was a hell for me for the first 2 classes. I was sweating. When I was speaking now, I was speaking so fast. You know what, student, this was like this. And this is what happens to us. When in pressure now, our subconscious mind dies. And subconscious mind is something that we definitely need. Right now, I can channel my thoughts whenever I want, with whatever pace I want. But for the first class, I still remember that day that how much pressure I was feeling when I was teaching. Because so many thoughts were going. What if I get basically not able to come across as a good teacher? What if I, tell us basically concept incorrectly? What if I'm not dressed properly? What, my English is not proper. My writing is poor. How student will judge me? What, because of me, one student fails. These things were keep coming on. What if, there is a poor feedback of the students? So many things come across. So even as a teacher, I go through the same pressure. It's just that I become habitual. Now, how will you deal with that? I would say whenever you practice questions, please don't practice questions by looking at the answer. Don't change your option by looking at the answer. Let your mind basically face the most difficult situation. Because the more time you practice, the more you allow your mind to think. Let's say you are not able to answer a question. Try to think where I am finding it difficult. Okay, there is a statement. Am I able to translate this statement? Okay, means I know the English. Means I can translate. Okay, this section is not clear. What is this section? Which chapter it relates to? Which topic it relates to? I'm not getting it clarity. Let me ask my teacher. Student comes and they throw a question to me, solve it. So what did you achieve? Your task should be, when you come a question to me, you bring a question to me, your task should be, Vishal, this is the question. In this question, there is this section I'm not able to get. And that's why I'm not able to get the answer. Can you tell me what is this section? Then I will be gladly able to help. But if you ask me a question, Vishal, this is the question, I will still help you. And I will solve the entire question for you. But the purpose is, did you achieve what you wanted? We can only grow once we let our mind, work on the maximum capacity. If our mind is not working at the maximum capacity, definitely it will not help us to grow. We will not be able to learn. If you want, I will be just like another key to you where I will be just giving you answers. You can memorize that. But do you understand it? That's another thing. So, how to deal with the exam pressure? First of all, get used to the pressure. When you are attempting a question, feel the pressure. Even if you are struggling now, try to do as much logic as possible. Your mind will say, okay, you're not able to do it, just stop. But try to do as much log as possible, because the moment your mind says that you should stop is the moment you should continue. The moment your mind says we should stop, we should relax, is the moment we should continue. That is the key to grow. That is the key to, challenge yourself and basically improve. So this was a small tip for the exam practice. Basically, once we were discussing practice tests, I just remembered, students face the challenge that they feel the pressure. And for pressure feeling, there is no solution as such. All I can share is my experience. All I can share is the feedback that I've got from the student. Pressure feeling is okay. There are so many factors that go on, but please understand you are not alone. It is for everyone. And you have to overcome it. There is no option. I'm not giving you any option. No, take your time or work. Everybody will do their own pace, but you have to do it. You have to overcome. Okay. So in knowledge level, there is no practice, basically questions. You have only 3 mock tests given in your PPP practice kit or Kaplan and 1 specimen exam. But practice test you have to buy. Unfortunately, they are bought at the knowledge level. Then there is a technical article and exam guidance. Let me just show you. Not required today, not required at knowledge level, but will be useful for your skill level. Like I said, after this session, you should be the source for other students' knowledge. So there is this examiner team guidance, that what examiner team has to say about student performance. So you can see the latest report that is there, that how examiner team have commented to the students about their performance. And if you don't read it today, no worries. Let me tell you that how students are attempting question, which syllabus area students are poor at, this is mentioned. Okay, so if you want to focus any particular syllabus area where you feel that you will not do well, try to read it in the examiner report. And if you don't want to read now, just copy, paste it in a chat GPT or anything and do a summary. What examiner report is saying here. Very simple. You have a technology, use it. This examiner report will be very, very useful in skill and professional level because there you also need to write. And how to write will be given by basically a guidance will be given by exam writing because students get confused how to write in exams. And then there is technical articles. Technical articles are here. Technical articles. Technical articles is basically articles written by ACCA affiliate or ACCA members like me for your knowledge. There is a topic in your book, you read it, you want to get more clarity. If that article is available, you can come and read it. In class, we don't need it. In your exam, you don't need it. But for your skill and professional level exam, technical article is a must. Why? Because questions come from technical article. To promote this technical article, ACCA asks student question from the technical article. Now, obviously not as it is, but 90% or 70% question comes from the technical article if they want to promote technical articles. So in skill level, there will be some technical article containing some questions. So you should do those technical articles, but that is for skill and professional level. So this is it from my end for the ACCA, Study Hub and Business Orientation. Okay. We'll just now watch one introduction video just to pass the time and then we'll start our chapter. So specimen exam, practice test, I hope clear. This is just one free exam that is available, but please don't judge your performance based on this specimen exam. Specimen exam is normally the most easiest exam. Practice test is something that you need to buy if you feel that you need, if 3 mock tests is not enough and you feel too much pressure. You want to practice in an exam environment. Study Hub introduction for the book I have already done. Syllabus. Syllabus section was remaining. I was telling you na syllabus section. Yeah. Syllabus section is remaining. FAQ is something if you want to see what are the questions of student you want. This is an introduction. You don't need to go through them exactly. My purpose is that you should know this exists. If you don't go through them, it doesn't mean that it has anything to do. If you don't go through this syllabus, so it's not like we will not cover the syllabus in our subject. If you don't go through the exam team guidance, doesn't mean that I will not tell you how to pass the exam, right? This is something that I'm telling you. These resources are available. You can utilize it. If you don't want, it's fine. Syllabus. One question. Syllabus guidance, very, very important. Student get lot of doubts, lot of concerns. What if my attempt is before August, after August? Because August is a period when syllabus changes. So if you are attempting an exam, then attempting exam before August, you can do the exam because old syllabus will be applicable. Once you attempt exam after September, then you have to study from the new syllabus. Because from September onwards, exam will be based on new syllabus. Now, what is the syllabus? Let me open the 25-2026, not 2024, 25-2026. The syllabus that will be applicable from 1st September 2025. We are right now in April, so we are 6 months away. So what will be the changes in syllabus? Let's say some of the students are not able to attempt the exam in next 6 months. Be it any reason. I will not judge that. Oh, I have to talk about this. This is the syllabus of BT subject, and similarly, you can go to different sections of different subjects. You want to go to MA, FA, any subject of the ACCA, you can go to the syllabus section and know what is the syllabus. Now, in the syllabus, in the syllabus section, they will tell you, okay, what this subject is about, how this subject is linked, and then to tell you, business and technology is the most foundational subject. It is not only theoretical, it is the most foundational subject. Why? You have an understanding of business. You can understand the accounting. Accounting is nothing without business knowledge. So you need business knowledge. This business knowledge will also be helpful in your professional exam, which is strategic business leadership. If you are clear with the business, it will also help you in audit. I teach audit, so I know how important is the understanding of the business. What is business organization? What is company? What is LLP? Okay, how business is basically done? How basically management is there? What is corporate governance? What is audit committee? What is internal auditor? So these things are important for you to do, to understand how business functions, how business aims for profit maximization. Are all businesses aim for profit maximization? What are the type of technology business employ? Remember, your subject name is not only business, it also names technology. So what type of technology we employ? What type of strategy we employ? What are the competitors? What type of market we face? So understanding, it's very, very important, not only for your business understanding, but also for your accounting, for your finance, for your taxation, and for your audit. You cannot have all this without business. So it's a most foundational subject. Okay. So the section is all about like how it will help you in multiple areas. Okay. This is the syllabus, understanding business organization environment. What is the structure of the business? Business, basically technology, leadership, personal effectiveness, and professional ethics. First of all, we will learn about the world. What is business organization? Then we will focus on external world. Then we will start focusing on the organization. And then we will start focusing on the technology, business committees, etc., etc. And then we will focus mainly on leadership, mainly on how leadership is run, and some personal effectiveness, communication importance, some basically how organization is run through, motivation, goal, etc. So this syllabus is divided into these sections. And then there is a detailed section about it, detailed section for one section, second section. Okay. This is the syllabus given. Now, definitely you will not be able to go through each and every line. So how do you determine whether there is any changes? Don't need to go through each and every line. What you can do, simply come at section number 7, which tells about the summary of changes, right? Whether there is any changes in the summary. Okay. And in this summary, this is said, there is no addition, no deletion. No addition, no deletion for the syllabus. So you guys are safe to 2025 to 2026. Till August 2026, you don't need to worry about business and technology. Previous year, there was some deletions of chapters. So now those chapters are no longer there. And now you can see we have not been informed about it because this was done previously. So whatever you are right now studying will be as is same till August 2026. So no need to worry about it. But again, I don't want you to go think about that far. I want you to complete your subject with the month of July or August max, not beyond that. July or August max, not beyond that. It's wonderful if you do it in the month of June. But please, before booking exam, please consult with me. Please consult. Okay? So syllabus area clear? And this is the orientation. Let's watch a video to pass our time about introduction to business and technology. And we are good with the syllabus. Any question? Any questions so far? And I hope the audio you can hear the audio.
Understanding of businesses and their environment. You'll explore.
Audio done there. Okay. Let me also start the caption. Welcome to Business and Technology.
This exam develops your knowledge and understanding of businesses and their environment. You'll explore how organisations are structured and the role of accounting and other key business functions in contributing to the efficient, effective and ethical management and development of organisations and its people and systems. The syllabus also focuses on the external influences that affect the business in its environment, including economic, legal, social and technological factors. ACCA recommends studying with an approved learning partner and using study materials from our approved content providers. However you study, ACCA will support your learning journey with a range of free resources. There's study guidance to help you get started and support throughout your learning journey to get you exam ready. There is guidance from the examining team, including examiners' reports, which provide constructive and detailed feedback. There are technical articles, exam technique guidance, as well as videos and webinars to support your studies. The exam has 2 sections. The first part has 46 objective test questions worth either 1 mark or 2 marks. The second part has 6 scenario-based multi-task questions, each worth 4 marks. The time permitted to complete the paper is 2 hours. Using the resources available from ACCA and your approved learning partner is the proven route to exam success. So good luck with your studies and your exam from everyone at ACCA.
That's it. Orientation complete. Now, boring part is done. Let's start our first chapter. This was the syllabus. Exam tips now, creating schedule, exam format, all this. I think you guys are smart enough. Creating a schedule, exam format, practice time management. So one thing, 100 marks, 2 hours, 120 minutes. 120 minutes is cost 2 hours. So per mark, 120 minutes divided by 100 mark, 1.2 minutes per mark. Meaning, if there is a 2 mark question, do not spend more than 2.4 minutes. Or I would say more than 2 minutes. This is a technique that will help you complete your 100% syllabus. If you get stuck on one question, don't try to brainstorm that question during exam. I hope you are smart enough to do that. This question is not clear to me. Let me think from this angle. No, let me think from this angle. Oh, let's try to, try another ways. What that author has said. I'm also wondering this and that. Stop it. 2 minutes over. You are not clear. Select any one option and move on. Okay, be it that let's say question could be wrong, question could be right. There is 25% chances. Okay, always there's a 25% probability. So what do? Select one and move on. It's much better that you move on instead, spend time unnecessarily, and even then you are not sure. So this is the only tip I will give you. Rest you can do basically. Mnemonics will be something that you can create your own. This is the syllabus which you will cover. But external environment, organizational structure, type of organizational structure, technology and committees of the business, leadership, basically how management is run, motivation, communication, all this part, and basically professional ethics. These are the syllabus area. These are pure theory. Even I will be at a backhand in these 2 topics, and unfortunately, some of the most asked questions are there. And these are conceptual. These are conceptual theory. Okay, and it will be very, very good. We will enjoy this section. We will learn something about how world works. But this section is pure theory. So I will try my best to introduce to you. But here question practice dependency will be very, very high. We have to remember models name. There will be multiple models by multiple authors. I am not fan of memorizing, but it is the point where you need to memorize the author name and their model. This is the pain area which we will cover later. But that is a concern of another day. Today, let's start. Yeah, this will be slide notes. If you want, I can record them in the Excel. but I think this slide note will be informative now. Let me know how you want it. If you want it in the Excel, I will give you the basically notes in the Excel. Chapter number 1. Business organization. Okay, if you want, I'll give you in the class Excel version. Yeah, I agree. My handwriting is not good, so I can understand. This is not a problem. Business organization. Okay. Before we discuss what is business organization, this is basically index. Let's understand what is an organization. What is an organization? What do you mean by organization? We are starting chapter number 1. What is an organization according to you? Don't read. Tell me what do you know about organization. We will discuss that. Guys, please participate. Now we are starting our chapter number 1. You will see how much we can study out of it. There are multiple students. Let me name them out. Arzu, Ayush, Ariman, Ayushman, Garpreet, Dipansh, Grishka, Jyoti, Kushagra, Navika, Nishant, Rishi. There is the student with their phone number, mobile name. Sarthak, Shama, Sri Lakshmi, Sujoy, Syed, Vedanta, Vedant, Vedika. Okay, group of people with a common goal to achieve. This is Rishi. Garpreet is saying group of people came together for a mutual specific goal. Okay, fair enough. You are reading from the slide. I was just kidding with that thing. Nishant is saying firm or group of people directed towards same. Okay. Group of people get together to achieve a certain goal. Okay. What do you mean by this? When you say group of people coming together to basically pursue the goal. So all this is a bookish language, but I'm not sure whether you understand it or not. Okay. Let me share you my screen. And since it has been said that I should this is the PPT. Okay. And this is the Excel right now. Let me know whenever basically wherever I'm guiding up, please inform me that whether the screen is visible or not. Right now I'm at Excel. This is chapter number 1. Business organization. Okay. The request is that I type it in the Excel so that my writing doesn't disturb students. Okay, fine. I think I have a better solution. One note I can use. But for the timing, let's keep it in the Excel. Separate entity, that is for company, Rishi. Organization. Organization. So let's look at your definition. You are saying group of people basically coming together and for a purpose or goal. Okay, fair enough. You guys are right. Organization is basically a group of people coming together for a purpose or goal. Okay. Let's take an example here. I would just add they become specialists. Let's understand. Let's say this is the example that we use in the class. Needle. If I want to make a needle, there are multiple processes that we have to go through. One is, let's say, raw material is loaded in unloaded in warehouse. An entity warehouse, raw material is loaded. Somebody is loading the basically unloading the raw material. Let's say steel. Raw material in this case would be steel. Right. Then some person would be storing the steel, raw material. Some people would be, start taking it to the manufacturing place and start cutting the steel. This could be one of the steps to cut the needle, basically to make a needle. First of all, you have to cut the steel. Yes or no? If you have a steel sheet, you have to cut it. We cannot basically create a needle out of the sheet itself. You have to first of all cut it. Yes or no? So cutting the steel, then grinding the steel, then molding the steel, melting and shaping. Then finally creating needles. Then basically edging it, the needle, and then polishing it, packing it. Are there multiple steps involved? Yes. Are there multiple stages involved in creating the needle? So if there are multiple stages involved and multiple individuals are there to create the needle, can I say it is an organization where individuals have come together, they are working on a specific purpose or a goal, and basically once they are basically working on this on multiple stages, let's say 3 individuals are working there, 2 individuals are working there, 4 individuals are working there, each person is getting some specialization in their own work, right? And because there are a group of people coming together, they create a synergy benefit. What is synergy benefit? Think about it. These are the stages. Let's say if in alone one individual does it. One individual does it. I am with that individual. I decide I want to make a needle and I will make my own needle. So I will buy the raw material. Then I will basically keep that raw material and start cutting it. Then I will grind it, mold it in the heat, basically molding, melting. Then I will start creating the needles. I will basically edge the needle, polish it, and finally make the needle ready. Maybe to me, it may take 1 day or let's say 1 week or 1 month to create a leader. But if multiple individuals come together, maybe multiple individuals come together and they do the same task, but divide the task among themselves. So, first of all, the person who are doing grinding will be good at grinding because they have been doing grinding for all the needles that they are processing. The person who's molding will be good at molding because he's the one who's constantly, molding all the needles. Let's say start from the cutting, raw material comes, person is cutting. Okay, one sheet, second sheet, third sheet, fourth sheet, is constantly cutting. Second, grinding, keep grinding the basically sheet to a level that it can be molded later on. Then person who's molding the sheet, then basically keeps molding. Then person who's melting, his only work is to melt. So this way, I create a specialization. At the same time, when multiple individuals do the same task, like versus one individual, let's say one individual take 1 day, maybe 1 week or 1 month, the multiple individuals will take less time for creating same needle. Yes or no? Yes or no? And the time saved will be synergy. That if I was the one who create this needle from start to bottom, it might not be that good, first of all, because I'm not expert in all of the area, maybe expert in 1 or 2 area, but not all of the area. And then the time consumption will be much higher. Whereas if group of individuals come and they basically create the same needle. So first of all, there can be a specialization because they are constantly doing the same thing. So they will be good at what they are doing. There will be no slack. Second, these people, because they have combined their effort, they are good at what they are doing and they have combined their effort, will create a synergy benefit where I will be able to save huge amount of time. One individual was able to, let's say in 1 week, was able to produce, let's say 20 needles. Whereas let's say 10 individual coming together will be able to produce, let's say in 1 week, will be able to produce, let's say 350 units. In comparison to one, ideally these 10 individuals should have created 2 needles, 200 needles of units, but they created this extra 150 needles units. What is this 150 extra? This is synergy. And that is what organization achieve. Group of people, they come together, they work for a common goal purposes. Each person is assigned their role. This person keeps repeating on that role. They become specialized. Because they become specialized, they combine their effort and they create the synergy benefit. This is what organization does. Clear what is an organization and what it does? Let's read it. Any questions so far? So what is an organization? Everyone, are we clear? A social arrangement which pursues collective goal. No one individual, but collective goal. Collective. And control its own performance and has a boundary separating from its environment. If let's say These are the people who are working. If I to buy, let's say, if I were to buy the needle, will I be part of this organization? If I buy this needle, I will be a customer. I will be outsider. So to create an organization, you need to define which are people who are inside the organization or part of the organization. Let's say employee of the organization are part of it. Let's say management of organization are part of it. Yes or no? But customers, supplier, bank, government, they are outsiders. So what is an organization? Organization basically that creates a boundary between itself and outsider. Right? Organization can achieve results which individual cannot. Basically, synergy benefit. Right? Organization are groups formed by people to carry out economic activity. Now we are talking about business organization. This was an example of economic activity, I understand, but there can be another example. Let's say cleaning the sea. Right? Let's say helping elderly, educate children, where collective individuals come and they basically form, let's say their purpose is to teach children. Some people would be good at teaching math, some people would be good at, let's say, teaching social science, some people would be good at, let's say, teaching science itself, some people would be good at teaching English. If I am the one, let's say I am the one who's teaching you all 13 subjects, will there be any efficiency in teaching you? I will be slacking in some subjects and I will be ace at some subjects. So it is important that I basically, not only me, but a team basically comes together and teach you the subject of ACCA. I will be the teaching subject that I am really good at. Some other teachers will be teaching the subject that they are good at. And collectively, we will be basically trying to teach you entire ACCA syllabus. And that is what organization do. But whenever you add business, any economic activity in it, it becomes a business organization. Whenever you add a commercial, purchase, sale, then it becomes a business organization. They provide goods or service to customer and make profit. This is the purpose of any business organization. A charitable organization may not have the same purpose of profit, but a business organization has a purpose of making profit. Okay? And that is why they provide goods or service. Either you are a manufacturer or trader, or either you are a service provider. So what we have learned? They pursue variety of goals, let's say profit making. Employee basically focus on salary earning. Management basically focus on, let's say, profitability or wealth of the organization. Share market price. There are different people who do different things, basically specialization. Because different people are doing different things and they are constantly doing it. That's why they become specialized. And they achieve the good performance, basically creating standards. If just a second, huh? Let's say I'm at right now at Excel. I hope screen is visible. Let's say I'm the one who's cutting the steel. If for the first time I cut the steel. My efficiency of cutting the steel, let's say it takes 4 hours. But second time I cut it, it takes me, let's say 3.5 hours. Now next time it takes me 3 hours. Now next time it takes me 2.5 hours. And now I have been doing it for so many times. Now my efficiency has improved. And now I can basically cut the machines, cut this within 30 minutes. A single sheet, I can cut it in 30 minutes. Can a fresher cut the steel in 30 minutes? Can they do that in the first time? Is it possible for them? If let's say I bring a new employee and I ask them to cut the steel, this is their first job. Can they do that in 30 minutes? No. Right? They cannot do it. Why? Because they need training. They need training. Training and specialization creates a standard. Creates a standard. Okay. Training specialization creates a standard. 30 minutes is the standard. But 30 minutes is the standard when you are specialized, when you have been constantly working. This standard is for, let's say, a newbie like me, that I need to achieve a 30-minute standard. What is this 30-minute standard? That if you constantly do the thing same again and again, it creates a best practice to achieve basically the target of cutting in 30 minutes. So standardization or standard is nothing but best practice. Okay. So when I say that organization help achieve good performance, creating standard, do you know what it means? That by specialization, I become so good at it that what I achieve becomes a standard. Others to achieve it. If a new person comes, they might take more time. So their target should be, their standard should be, let's say 30 minutes. And they should be able to complete it in 30 minutes because 30 minutes is the time where the proficiency is best. Proficiency is best. Clear? Everyone? Clear? Nobody's replying. Hello. Have you guys slept? Only Rishi and Sri Lakshmi is replying. You can, yeah, some student has done thumbs up. You can also give thumbs up so that I can know you guys are still there in the class. Thank you, Sai. Yeah, now it's more efficient. If you don't want to comment, it's fine. You can just at least give a thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Now, second, formal documents and system and procedure and control. Let's say documentation. Every person gets assigned a role. And they are, let's say, supposed to work according to that role. They are supposed to follow rules according to the role. Let's say you will wear blue shirt because you are a mechanic. You will arrive at, let's say, 8 a.m. You will basically leave at 5 p.m. You will basically, work for 5 days. 2 days will be your off. Let's say you will work for the entire year. You will get a bonus at the end of the year. If your performance is achieved, your bonus will increase. You will get an increment of, let's say, every year 10% or 20% based on your performance. All this will be documented. This will be your roles. This will be your basically this person you will report to. So they are supposed to follow rules. Let's say working hours, dressing code. Okay. reporting person, who to report to, okay, increment or salary terms, etc. Let's say bonus, incentive, etc. All these things are done documented. Let me tell you one thing. If you plan to, make your business grow, and where 90% business fail to grow their business is because these person cannot delegate the work to their employees. We will learn this in business structure chapter, that there is a entrepreneurship, there is a partnership, there is divisions, etc. Type of business structures. One of the things that I teach there, and that is the thing that I want to clear about. The business that are small now, why they can't grow is because there is no documentation. Small businesses face this problem of documentation. How to delegate responsibility, how to make people accountable. You can make people accountable once you assign them responsibility and get this documented. But because documentation is a cost-effective manner and you don't want to do that, basically you want to save cost, and that is where it becomes informal. And because it becomes informal, it becomes difficult to expand a large business. You can have a one shop, you can have a two shops at max. But having multiple shops without assigning responsibility, without doing documentation will be very, very difficult. So an organization should have a documentation. Organization should have a documentation, formal documentation. It's not like organization cannot be without formal documentation. There are small businesses that go without formal documentation, but an organization should. It is a characteristic. It is not a feature. Feature is what is there. Characteristic, what should be. So organization characteristic is that they should have formal documentation. Okay. So it is a should requirement, not a must requirement. If you want to expand large organization, definitely you must obtain a formal documentation. But if you are a small business organization, no, not required. But the purpose is that you make people responsible and accountable. Okay, this is the purpose of formal documentation. A formal organization basically should have a formal documentation system, basically policies, procedure, a control system. Policies, procedures, basically, which is known as control system. That how organization control its business. How businesses are managed. Okay, when raw material will be received. Okay, when employee will be reporting. Okay, who will be reporting to whom. Okay, how customer will be dealt with. Example, in hotel industry now, your employee are the face of the hotel. Any misbehavior can tarnish the reputation. Let me give you an example. Do you know Virat Kohli's famous case in Australia, where a hotel employee posted his personal, room video to social media? Did you know that case? Virat Kohli is a famous cricketer in India. He was basically, visiting Australia for a cricket match. He was staying at a hotel. And one of the employee of the hotel, because he knew Virat Kohli is a famous celebrity, he went to the room for a cleaning purpose, but he shot a video of his room, of his belongings. And then he posted it online. And for that very thing, there was a lot of hate that hotel got. The employee was fired. Hotel issued an apology. This is actual case. So what basically hotel said, we apologize to Virat Kohli. We are committed to our basically customers, to our basically that, visit us. We are trying to provide our best services. This was an overlap of our policy, overlap of our control. So we apologize for that. Now, what was the basically good procedure? That you basically create a policy, a procedure where you train your employee, where you basically make them sure that they give the best experience to customer. They do not basically, you ask them to follow a code of ethics, to follow them rules. This is policy procedure, right? Let's say an organization need to pay a payment to an employee salary. How do they do that? Just take the cash and give it to employee? No, there has to be documentation. There has to be formal policies. That first of all, you need to calculate the number of days employees have worked. Second, what is their cost of salary? Then what is the salary amount? Okay, once paying salary, check their bank account. Okay, once paying check account, basically once you're processing payment, not every employee should be able to process this payment, only authorized individual. And once they're making payment, basically some manager, senior manager should be there to approve this payment so that funds of the company, funds of the organization don't get misused. It's not like an employee take that cash, keep it in the pocket and say, we have paid the salary. So policies, procedures, control. So in order to make an organization effective, you need to have formality. You need to have documentation. You need to have policy, procedure or control. Clear? Crystal clear, everyone? Just for reference, example, Virat Kohli's hotel case of Hildy Hotel. So, employee got fired. This happened in Australia. Once you go through the news now, try and see there is some business going on in every news. Okay. The Instagram news is itself a business. And this is the purpose of this subject. Once you go through this subject, after this completing of the subject, you will look at the world in different way. Everything, everywhere is business. Okay. Now, business organization has one function. They take the input, they process it, and they take the output. Last one, processing. So every organization, we will learn type of organization. There is manufacturing, there is trading, and there is service. Every organization goes through this phase: input, processing, and output. It is natural. So let's say talk about manufacturing or let's say trading. Manufacturing or trading, what are these organizations? They take raw material or finished good, they process it, sell it to the customer. So what manufacturing does? They take raw material, process it, basically in the machine, they process it, and then they get the output. Okay, final product. Example, car manufacturers, they take the steel, they take the basically engines, everything. They create an engine, they create a body of the machine, basically car, and then they fit it. They finally make the car ready and basically ready to sell. Okay. In car manufacturing, there are multiple components, but just to simplify. Mobiles, chips, basically chips, conductors, creating those, assembling those, creating a body of mobile, creating a screen of the mobile, creating networks, basically so many features in the mobile, and then final product. This is the task of manufacturing. Service organization, basically trading organization. They buy product, package it, and promote it. Very good, Rishi. And finally, they sell. Trading companies don't manufacture. Any type of manufacturing, let's say assembling, even assembling is the last task. Where components are ready, you just need to screw die them and make the final product. This is also manufacturing. Manufacturing is basically creating a product from the scratch to the final. or basically adding some layers in a semi-finished product. This is manufacturing. In trading, you don't manufacture it. You just package it and sell it. You buy from supplier, buy product from supplier and sell it to customer. This is what trading means. Okay. Example, let's say distributors, wholesale distributors. They basically buy from manufacturer and sell it to customers. Customer authorized to do that. Right? Your shopkeeper, that is basically there nearby your home. If you go there, they are basically traders. They buy and they sell. They don't manufacture anything. And finally, service organization. Right now, I'm providing the service. I'm providing you the service. Just a second, huh? Service organization. They provide you. What is the raw material? Raw material is the knowledge. So, what would be your raw material? Knowledge of workforce. I am myself the raw material. I am myself the input. No worries. That's why manufacturing / trading goes basically together with it. No worries. Purpose is that if you manufacture, you're a manufacturer. Then later on you sell, it's fine. Manufacture then sell. Let's say HUL is a good example. The soaps you buy is sold by the HUL, and HUL is the one who's basically manufacturing them. So HUL is the manufacturer and seller. They are still called manufacturer. Okay, Darpreet? Darpreet, clear? Example HUL. Tata Motors. Now, in service organization, I am the input. Processing, when I am thinking, okay, what to teach you. What to teach you. Let's say processing at same time of output. And output is basically, let's say, after service done. Example, you are learning from me right now. So input, processing, and output is happening at the same time. There is no difference in service organization. There is no difference between input and output. Very, very less. Let's say you are providing audit service or accounting service. Now you can say there is some time gap. Output final result is, let's say, financial statements, balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow statement. I hope you know what these are. So in accounting service, you are preparing journal entry, you will prepare trial balance, you will prepare financial statement. Right? But the purpose is that you provide the input and then you provide the output. So service organization takes the input, process it, and output. All things happen simultaneously. Input is always ready. A technical knowledge. It's always ready. It's just that time of the output, the processing, and the time of the basically the output final result is happening at the same time or after that. Let's say you are getting a haircut. Haircut is a service where barber will be cutting your hair. So the service is provided, processing is happening, you are experiencing at the same time. Then once haircut is done, you get the output after service is done. Watching a movie. You go to watch a movie. Movie is basically released. You are watching that movie. And after movie basically gets finished, you get the experience. So experience comes only once movie gets finished. So service happens after it gets finished. It is the nature of service operation. Okay. Difference between manufacturing trading is that goods owned by the customers, where in service availed by customers, but cannot be owned. If I go and watch a movie, doesn't mean that theater becomes mine. If you watch my classes, doesn't mean that now you will be accessing all the lectures of mine, or I will be available 24/7 to you. That is not the case now. You basically become the owner of that service for a particular time. Once that service is completed, basically now the new service will be basically mine and not yours. Once you pay it, then only it will basically become access. So service gives you access, not the ownership. You get the right to access, but not the ownership of service. Whereas in the goods, whether manufacturing or trading, you get the ownership of the good. Is it clear? There are 3 stages: input, processing, output. And then we basically also discuss the manufacturing versus service organization, or manufacturing trading versus service organization. Clear, everyone? Now, Rishi asked one question. If we say restaurant raw material is employee, food, no. Rishi, you are confusing. Restaurant is an example where manufacturing and service providing both happen. Okay, let's discuss it. Restaurant provides you service of its ambience. Also, it sells you food. These are 2 different products. One is of a good, this is a good, and this is service. Okay. So when they sell me food, let's say they charge me a price. They charge me 1,000 rupees for food. If you go to a lavish restaurant, let's say same food can cost you 300, same food would cost you 1,200, and same food would cost you 10,000, depending on the outlay. Yes or no? So what happens here? One is selling you good, basically food only. One is selling you quality food. And one is selling you service along with food. Clear? Okay. If I go to Tata, basically Taj Hotel. Taj Hotel, basically if you buy a burger, it would cost you somewhat around 5,000. 5,000, yes. If I buy a burger in Taj, it would cost me around 5,000. But Taj is not selling me that burger. Taj is selling me the experience of buying from Taj. That is what I'm paying for. Maybe I can get the same burger for 10 rupees, or maybe 20 rupees, 100 rupees. So if I buy from McDonald's, maybe their burger would cost 200. If I buy from a, let's say outlet at, let's say roadside, then I might buy it for 20 rupees. So one is only selling me food. Another one is selling me good quality food. And third one is selling me the experience, service. Okay. Coming back here. So I think all the features are clear. Manufacturing versus service, we will cover later on in detail, because I have to tell you the features of service organization. But whatever I have covered, we will also repeat that again. Let me know if we need a break, 10 minutes. And then after the break, we will basically take up this one and finish the class. Today's first class, so let's keep it light. Ten minutes break. No, 40 minutes are left. Oh, sorry, 20 minutes are left. So 10 minutes break is fine. Because I don't want to exhaust you. So 10 minutes break, let's meet at 12:50. We will study for 10 minutes and we'll wrap it up. Class will be 3 hours. Today we took, basically we will see how we will manage the basic break. Either one single break of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, two breaks of 15 minutes. Basically how we will manage it, we will see, because it is a 3-hour class. So where to put that break, I'll see that. Okay. So let's take a 10 minutes break right now, or if you want 5 minutes break. We can study for 15 minutes if you want. 5 minutes now? Today 5-minute break, because I don't think we are exhausted. Let me know if you are. Let's take a 5-minute break and then we'll be back. Okay, 5 minutes break. You're back. Before we start, I hope my speed is okay. You are able to grasp the concept. I know it's very easy right now, but everything seems okay. Guys, are you back? Hello. Guys, am I audible? Okay. Vedant saying yes. Okay. Rapi saying yes. Jyoti saying yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Sri Lakshmi. Thank you, Vishal. Okay. Different type of organization. Organization, basically, we have already understood based on manufacturing and service. Now, let's understand from private and public sector, the most confusing section for the students. See, ownership based. One is sector based. Okay. Private versus public. Very simple. If you are owned by a government entity, then public sector. Otherwise, business organization would be private sector. Any organization owned by government will be public sector. Public sector government organization, schools, hospital. Okay. Then what else? Let's say road construction company. In India, railways is owned by government. IRCTC, Indian Railway Corporation. Let's say power, energy, right? Defense. Okay. All these are organizations that are right now owned by the government. Okay. Energy is a sector, energy sector organization. Defense sector organization. Okay. Road construction organizations. Because these are sectors. Organizations. Hospital organizations. Or school organizations. If they are owned by the government, then they are the public sector. Private sector, let's say private school. No ownership of government. It's a private sector. Company selling goods. No ownership of government. It's a private sector. Acha. One example, let's see whether you understand it. ONGC. It's an Indian company. What is company? We'll discuss this later. ONGC is an Indian company. 70% or 90% stake owned by government. Is it a public sector or private sector company? Acha, Excel not visible. Huh? Excel not visible, but it is visible. How? But I can see on my screen it is there. Okay, okay. Okay, no worries. But whatever I was saying, I was just writing it. No worries. Public sector. ONGC is a public sector. Similarly, Tata. Private or public? Private or public? Private or public? Tata. Rishi saying private. Sathak saying private. Nobody public. Jyoti, Sujoy, Rishi. So Tata. Well, you got into trick. Tata is not a public organization. Tata is a private sector company. Tata is a private sector company because there is no stake in Tata of the government. Tata is a very, very large group. Tata does things for society as well, but doesn't mean that it's a public sector. That is a public company, Rishi. That is a public company. Public company is not private. Public company is not public sector. Sector has multiple organizations. Okay, multiple organizations. A public sector where government owned companies, where government owned organizations. A private sector where government is not owning organization. MCD, Municipal Corporation Department, is a government organization. It's a public sector. I'm not sure why it's not refreshing. The screen is shared. But I hope what I'm saying it is clear to you. What I'm saying, I hope it is clear to you. No, this is what I'm writing, what I'm saying. No, basically, there is a public company, private company, but I have not discussed the company, that's why I'm not going there. There is a public company or private company. But I have not discussed what is a company. That is why I'm not going there. Right now, I'm discussing public sector versus private sector. And this is the query the student get. Public company is a public basically or sector. No. Public sector is a where government owns, MCD, hospitals, schools. If government owns them, they are public sector. If private owners own them, no stake in the government, even 1% stake of the government will make it public sector. 1% stake will make it public sector. So if no stake of the government, then it is a private sector. Clear? Public company versus private company is a different thing. Public company or private company is a different thing altogether. Okay? Do not confuse. Note. Do not confuse public sector with public company. Okay? NTPC, BHEL, Coal India, all are public sector company. They are public company as well. Interestingly, Tujay, NTPC, BHEL, Coal India, all are public company as well. But primarily they are public sector company. What is public company, private company? I will basically, let me just give you an understanding. Public company is where you invite public to invest. Private company is where you only invest money of your own friends and family. not public. This is the simple thing. Public company is where you invite public. 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, lakhs of people, they can come and basically invest. Private company is where only you, your parents, your friends, your family member, up to maybe let's say 100, 200 people can invest. These are small group of people. So they are private company. But if there are large number of people, people from let's say any part of the state of the country can invest in your company. That is will be a public company. Okay. It is only about basically whether public money is involved or not. That is the difference between public company and private company. Okay. And there is a listing and everything. We will discuss this later on. I have not discussed the company, but I am just telling you the difference. Public company where public money is invited. Private company where only few individuals are invested. Public sector where government has invested. Private sector where government has not invested. Is this clear? Okay. NTPC, BHEL. In India, NTPC, BHEL, Coal India. Our example, let's say MCD, Coal India. MCD, Municipal Corporation Department. Mumbai, there BMC, Bombay Municipal Corporation. These are public sector company, public sector organization. Now, interestingly, NTPC, BHEL, Coal India, since they also invited public money, they are also public company. Let's say a company which is public but not let's say public sector. Tata, Infosys, let's say Tesla, let's say what else? Infosys, Tata, Tesla, let's say Reliance. They are public company, but not public sector company. They are not public sector organization. They are public company. Why? Because these company invited public money. I can buy share of Tata today. I can buy share of Reliance today. But government has not owned any share in them. That is why they are public company, not public sector. I hope this is crystally clear to you. Everyone clear? Public versus private sector. All these are private sector. These all are private sector. These are public sector. They are also at the same time public company because they have invited it. Government also own it. So let's say 90% share of the government, 5% to the general public. LIC recently became a public company. Earlier, it was a public sector organization. Now LIC is a public sector organization as well as a public company. Clear? Everyone, we done? So that's it for today. Private sector versus public sector depends on the government ownership. Now this is it for today. We will continue this discussion in the next class, which is next Saturday. And one more thing, before we go, I will plan to attend some extra class. I will plan to conduct some extra class. Basically, majorly on Monday or Tuesday, morning 8 to 11 p.m. 8 to 11 a.m. I will not discuss it with you. I will just inform you when the extra class is. What if you can't attend it? Don't worry. Extra class will be available to students by Thursday recording. So before Saturday class, you will have it. Okay? So don't worry if you are not able to attend the extra classes. I would recommend you to do that. If not, don't worry. Those extra classes will be available before Saturday to you, so you can watch it. So if you have college, you are going in office, or you are busy anywhere else, you don't want to watch the extra class, you can't wake up at early, fine. But these extra classes will happen whenever I ask them to. Okay. We will see how pace goes on in the extra class. If this is smooth, we will regularly conduct the extra class. If not, then we will basically skip the extra classes and keep the class on the Saturday Sunday. Advantage of extra classes that we will be able to complete the batch in early June. Disadvantage of extra classes, maybe some student will not be able to attend the live classes. Okay, some student will skip the extra classes and they will not attend. My simple recommendation is, if let's say you skip extra classes, then also attend the live lecture. Because individual chapters in business technology are separate on their own. Okay, there is no interlinking. If there is, then I will try to cover it. Okay, but I would recommend you to watch extra classes. If not, then do not leave the live batch. Continue to watch it. Okay, the chapter that we will be teaching each subject, basically that will be new. Okay, unless we are in middle of the chapter, unless that is the case, whatever new chapter will cover, basically will be our new concepts of its own. So I hope that will be fine for you. The purpose will be that we finish the batch by early June or maybe in the end of the May itself. If we are regular with the extra classes, maybe by the end of the May. So that is what my plan is. But let's see how it goes. Purpose is to complete the batch within 2 months or 2.5 months. Not more than that. No 3 months batch, only 2 or 2.5 month batch. Okay. So that's it from my side. Thank you, Kushagra. Thank you so much for the feedback. Really, it was really a heartful thing for me. Thank you. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. So I hope I was able to, add some value to your concepts. We will continue this discussion in the next class, which will be on Saturday. If there is any extra class, I will inform you next week. Okay. Classes will be on Tuesday or Monday on the morning time that I have already informed, if there is any. So that's it. Any question, any doubt, do let me know. I'm available for your question queries. Otherwise, we will wrap it up and you can connect with me on WhatsApp later on. Okay. Thank you, Vedant. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. See you next week.